Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the best investor in Fresno, California, if not the state and country, Jason Pritchard. How you doing, sir?
I am doing great, Zuber. How are you?
I'm doing well. You and I have been doing this a while, myself a little bit longer than you. You've got about 8 years. I got about 21. I've seen changing cycles. We all should know the Dave Ramsey story, right? Dave Ramsey was a millionaire back in the 80s flipping homes, and then he got in a changing cycle. I think it's fair to say the housing market is changing, supply, demand, interest rate, all of that. To that end, I want to read you a comment in a Facebook group that I saw and just react and maybe give some advice. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. So it's a little bit long, but I think it's important because I think there's going to be a lot of people that get in this situation. Hi, everyone. I am a fix and flipper that perhaps, like some of you, is in a hard spot. I have 7 flips right now. 3 have been on the market since June and not moving. We are switching them to rentals to at least offset some of our hard money costs, but I am maxed out on everything. My HELOC, my credit cards, my bank. I need a small business loan or a way to consolidate everything to get it off my personal finances. I have been flipping for 6+ years, but officially only started my business 10 months ago. Statement loans aren't being approved because it's less than a year. I don't have consistent deposits and they won't take an average. DSCR loans could at least help refinance the hard money, but I need help with all the materials and labor costs and I have on my personal cards also. My credit score has tanked due to this also. What suggestions do you have? Please help. Thank you.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Pain. I feel the pain. Just listening to that feels painful. Golly.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So there's so much in that. I mean, where do you start? I mean,
let's start from the beginning and then peel back the layers, right? So I heard at the beginning, he said he has 7 flips on the market since June, right?
No,
so we're now
7 flips in. So it sounds like 7 flips in total. 3 are on the market.
3 are on the market. So then he's got 4 in progress. And then those 3 that have been listed since June and have not sold. Did I hear that right?
Correct.
Right?
You're right. Yes,
so we're 4 or 5 months. That's way too long for a property to be listed. So there's one of 2 problems there. You're either priced too high or there's something wrong with the house or some combination of both. Right. And so
the price is too high, way too high.
Yeah. I think it's probably a price issue. And I think he was, if I had to guess, was probably wanting to get last year's price, and today's price is not last year's price anymore. Right. And so I think you can't fool yourself, because the longer you hang on to that property, you have to stop the bleeding. Like right now, you have to stop the bleeding right now. And so I think you have to look yourself in the mirror on those 3 properties. You have to understand what your basis is on those 3 and figure out, what am I all in for these 3? And at the very bare minimum, try to sell them and break even. You cannot hold out to make a profit. And even if you're going to take a loss on those, what's going to happen is you're going to free up a bunch of capital just by selling them, even if you don't make a profit. And that's what you need. You need an influx of cash. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not going to probably get a bank statement loan, or you're probably not going to get a DSCR loan. If you don't have long-standing banking history, you don't have the deposits, and your credit score just tanked, all 3 of those things, even on a DSCR loan, and I get those all the time. We're doing 5 of them right now. Your credit score matters. Your deposits and what you have in the bank matters. The first thing they're going to ask you is to run your credit. And then the second thing they're going to ask you is show me how much you have in reserves. And it doesn't sound like either of those are good, right? No. So you should not be, right now is not the time to be fooling ourselves. We can't be fooling ourselves and hoping for some outcome that's not going to happen. I think you need to take a good, hard, long look in the mirror and realize you're probably going to take a loss on some of these properties. The best thing that you can do, from not just a practical standpoint, but from a mental standpoint, is you have to start offloading these, because you have this humongous weight on you right now. And as soon as you can sell one and then another, that weight's going to be alleviated a little bit. From a mental standpoint, then even if you take a loss on the balance sheet, you're going to bring capital back in, because I'm sure you put a down payment. I'm sure you floated a bunch of money on those credit cards and that HELOC for the rehab on those first 3. As soon as you start bringing that money back in, you can pay the credit cards down. Then you can put some money towards your HELOC, and then you've got some working capital to finish the other 4. Then you've got to get those on the assembly line, get them done, get them listed, and then do the same thing and get back to zero, dude. You've got to get back to zero or mitigate how much the negative, the hurt, the loss is going to be as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I mean, the way I read this is you're going to go bankrupt. It's just how I read it. So first off, with these 3, they've been on the market 5 months. You probably aren't lowering the price because your ego won't let you take a loss. And that's going to bust you. That one mistake is going to bust you. Frankly, turning these into a rental is a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Horrible idea.
I agree.
Horrible. Yes. Oh, by the way, it covers your nut on your payment, but you got bigger problems. You need to go get that cash back, per Jason's point, because turning these 3 into a rental is going to kill you.
Where's the money going to come from to turn them into a rental? It's not, you have loan costs. You think it's going to appraise here, but now appraisals are all coming in lower. So you're probably going to end up upside down on that property anyway. So you're going to write a check to pay off like the
now
rental.
You're gonna have somebody beating the shit out of it. I mean,
yeah, no, dude, the rental option is not going to work there. And this is not me dogpiling on this guy. So if the guy that posted this, if you would like help, I would love to get on a call and just kind of walk you through my thought process for free, dude. I would love to help you. So this isn't Zuber or I piling on right here. This is us just trying to hold you accountable and just say like, listen, man, you have to come to grips with what reality is, and turning these things into rentals is not going to be a reality. So we shouldn't even waste our time thinking about that.
Oh,
what we should be doing.
It feels good for like a nanosecond.
Yeah.
And because that nanosecond will kill you.
Yep. Yeah. No, dude, he has to be talking to his agent, because right now, if that agent is not giving you the advice that we're telling you right now, dude, then like you've got a problem with whoever's listing the property. Yes. So you need to go to whoever the best real estate agent is in that market, the top agent, right? And just say like, listen, here's my scenario. I'm interviewing potentially other agents to list this house. What would you do? What would this house sell for? And what's your plan to get it sold? You need to be getting feedback from every showing that happens. What did the buyers like? What did the buyers not like, right? And you need to start coming up with a plan to either reduce or figure something else out. I think it's actual aggressive price reductions at this point, are offering the buyers credits or concessions to help them get in there. Yes, dude, you have to be coming up with an actual plan to sell the properties, right? That's number one priority.
Next question. So if those 3, do not, in my opinion, turn those into rentals. That will just guarantee your death. But now he's also got 4, right? So he had 7 minus 3, he has 4 left. I don't know about you. I have no idea what kind of disrepair these may or may not be in, but I would list all 4 of those or put those out to wholesalers and just see if you get somebody to take 1 or 2 of those off your hands. This guy's got to get smaller, in my opinion.
Yes, you either with the ones, because I think he was asking, he needed the statement loan to help with materials for the 4 that are in active rehab, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's not going to happen either, most likely. I want to break the news to you. No bank is going to give you a statement loan like that. Even a hard money lender is probably not going to do it either. They're not going to give you excess draw funds or anything that you need. So your options are either A, list them as is and liquidate them and get them off your books. Option B is you could potentially, this is if the deal, and so what makes me believe that this is probably not going to happen is you could bring a partner in and just basically offer to split it. But it sounds like you didn't buy a good deal anyway. So the reason why buying a good deal is important is because you have a lot of wiggle room to make these kind of pivots if the market changes on you while you're holding them, right? So you could potentially approach another investor and just say, hey, look, listen, dude, I've got the deal. I've got the house under contract. I need you to bring in the money. I'll give you a more aggressive split, 75-25. I just need to get my money back and a little taste, but I don't even know if the numbers make sense for everybody else to bring them on. So you may just have to liquidate those 2, man.
I got to tell you what I would do is I would give the deal up to somebody else. You've got to get smaller. You're not buying right. The market changed on you. You need to get out of this with as little losses. You're going to take a loss.
Yeah. Yep.
Just get over it. Now it's about mitigating the loss. And then you got to get to the other side. I'm not telling you to get out of the business. I'm just telling you got to buy right, to understand what's going on. Sometimes going too fast, when you hit something that it hurts. So
This is a positive thing that I'll tell this guy, this gentleman, or this person, whoever is listening, if he ever hears this. It's all going to work out, my dude. Like, everything will work out. You have to have
Absolutely.
faith that it'll work out.
Yeah.
Everybody's taken a loss in this business. If you've been in it long enough, you're going to take a haircut on some deals, dude. And it just is what it is, right? Anybody that tells me that they've never taken a loss either hasn't been in the business that long, or I don't believe them. That's those two things. Okay.
Yeah.
So it feels very painful right now, but trust me. Okay. As soon as you can start offloading some of these things, that pain is going to reduce. You're going to feel better. You'll be operating from a much clearer state of mind, and you'll be making better decisions. Right now, you're acting from a place of desperation. You know what I mean? And it just listening to the post, there sounds like there's some desperation in there, man. And we've got to get you in a better state of mind. Just understand that things will work out. You've just got to start making tough decisions right now. And
the last thing I'll close on is the answer to this is not more debt.
No,
it's not more debt. That's what it sounds like. It's like, just give me more money. Give me more money and I'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, dude, you got enough debt. Stop.
Yep.
We need to change. We need to pivot. Jason, do me a favor. If this person ever hears this video, or other people hear it, and they want to reach out and say, help me, how should they reach out to you?
Facebook or Instagram are the two easiest places, guys. Just put my name, Jason Pritchard, in either one of those platforms. It'll pop right up. If the person that's going through this situation happens to hear this, I would love to just hop on a call and help you out, my friend. So, no strings attached, no nothing. Just I'd love to be able to be a resource if I can be.
See, Jason's just a good dude. Just come on. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.